celebrations will go long into the night behind you. It's been a roller coaster. Don't worry, good. It's been a roller coaster weekend. Tell me a little bit about your emotions now. Finally, it's sinking in that you are the new world champion.
I mean, it's it's just it feels like the weight of the world's been lifted off me. In a good way. It feels like the air's just, like I'm just deflated in a good way. It's hard to describe. Just talking with a few people for first year in the series, first championship for Yamaha. First year riding a Yamaha and coming from 88 points back. It's like there was a lot of stuff stacked against us, and learning the tracks, and the list goes on, and we were able to set records and win a championship. And it wasn't just me, it was the team. But I mean, some days I wanted to give up, and throw in the towel, but we never did, and we kept plugging away, and I think in every way we had to overcome a hurdle, and nothing was given to us for sure. I mean, Haga had a DNF, and he got taken out at Magny-Cours, but I had a few DNFs and got taken out. I mean, we both had our hardships, but we really had to come back a few times, and it was to get it done now. It's just like I can't understand the feeling yet, but I can understand the pressure that's been off me, and even for the last weekend, it's been funny, and I've been saying it all weekend long, and it's been the truth. I haven't been under a lot of pressure. It's been strange, but it's but now it's just like it's done. I just feel like I can take a breath and have a drink and enjoy it with the team, and the team's just been awesome this year. It's been good.
And of course, Haga, typical Haga, he gives you a chance with a little bit of an inkling with a third row start, so that's always an advantage, but you have to catch up 10 points. Then he's out of race 1. Still not time to relax, and of course he does what Haga always does in race 2. You knew he was going to be there.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I could tell that he wasn't riding Haga like the whole weekend. And then with race 2, the pace didn't seem quite that fast, because I knew the pace I was running, and I could see that by the gaps they had on me, the pace wasn't as fast as I thought it should be. So I figured when he came by me, I tried to keep him behind me as long as I could and let those boys get away. And then when he came by me, I latched on the back of him, and I could just tell that the pace they were running I wasn't comfortable with how fast it was, because I was like, he could catch him, because they were going good, but it wasn't blistering. So I was a little bit worried with that. So then I just stayed in 6th, got my few second gap to 7th, and even if he won, we knew we were safe. But I didn't think he could run him down, and if he was 2nd, we had to be 11th, and I was working out all my, calculations during the race. And, it was funny because the first time I looked at my L to go board, my laps to go, it was L10, and I was like, man, this race is flying by. And then I looked down and it was L3, and I was like, holy crap. And I was like, this race is done. When the first one, he went out, and we had to win to get all the points we could, maximize, but we couldn't crash and throw them all away. So, I mean, I had to ride hard, but I couldn't do anything stupid and not take advantage of his DNF. But that race was a lot harder than the second one. The second one, I could just ride around and get comfortable. In the first one, I had to ride fast enough to win, but not do anything stupid. So it was an exciting day, and it's went by in a whirlwind. And just kind of like this season. I mean, me and Maya said we started here in Portugal and we end in Portugal. And I told him when we were at the Portugal test, I said, if we have a good bike, I can win you a world title. And we did it. I'm glad to be able to do it for him, because he's helped me out, so much this year, and we've had to overcome so much stuff. I mean, it's been good.
You've waited all your career and all your life to go to Moto GP, but the way to go to Moto GP is as a world champion. You've got to feel satisfied now going there with that title.
I have no regrets now, and that's all I could ask for, not going there, because it's no matter what, if I want to finish 2nd or if I would have won, it's the right time to go is next year, and that I can leave here being a champion, not looking back going, man, I wish I would have won the title before I left. We did it. We deserved it. Haga would have deserved it if he would have won it, but we did it, and we earned it, and we did everything. We went through all the hardships to fight for it, and now we go to Moto GP. And that's a different ball game. I mean, a lot of people, there's a big hype of me going to GP and all this stuff in Europe, but I haven't stated that I'm going to do anything special. I mean, those top 4 guys are something pretty special, and it's not just their talent, it's their belief in the bike too, that I've got to find that in the bikes. And then talent-wise, I don't know if I'm as good as those guys. I mean, those dudes they're machines, and we just got to, you know, take it step by step. And where I would show up to the track here going, I need to win, you know, there it's I need to finish in the top 10. And that's exactly how I'm approaching it. I mean, I don't have a blindfold on. I know exactly what I'm stepping into, and it's going to be hard, but it's the next step. You know, I've showed I can do it here, and I need to go for it. But I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
It's been a long time since that Pee-wee 50 Yamaha.
First
Has it been
motorcycle.
worth all the dedication?
You know, first dirt bike was the Yamaha, and first road race bike was the Yamaha. So it all comes around in the end. And you know, it's been, you know, it's been had a lot of, you know, a good run the last few years, and I know it's going to be I'd say impossible to win a title next year on a GP bike, but you know, it's the learning curve, and we've got to try it, we've got to do it. So I've got to work on it, improve as a rider, and I'm just happy I'm with Yamaha for the next couple of years, and I'm going to GP. That's all I could ask for.
Congratulations, we'll be watching.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks,